One of the most important things in Illustrator is this ability to combine or subtract shapes from themselves. And this can be done through a number of different ways, but the way I like the best is through using the Shape Builder tool. And this is a way you can combine shapes, for example, to create nice fluffy clouds that have fluffy tops and flat bottoms. So for example, looking at this is one solid shape. And this is something you could totally do using the pen tool, but I'm going to show you how to do it in a few steps using the shape builder. And so the first step is to think about, what are the shapes that make up a cloud? And that would probably be a bunch of circles. So I'm going to take these circles and I'm going to switch these to outlines so we can see these just a little bit better. And so I'm going to draw a bunch of circles together. Like this, and let's go back here. We'll make it kind of floofy, right? So if I do this, and we'll do one more kind of down over here and push this up. Looking at this doesn't really look like anything. If I flip these around, right, then we get this white fluffiness. So I'm going to switch these back because I think it's a little bit easier to see it demonstrated when they are the white circles like this. So when you have your shape selected, and when you're using Shape Builder, you want to make sure you select all of your shapes that you're using. So I'm going to draw a selection around them. Go to your Shape Builder tool, which is this one that looks like two small circles with an arrow. And when you use it, you'll notice that when you've selected your shape and you hover over, so I'm not clicking anything, it'll show you areas that are live. And this allows you to then click and drag across areas to combine them. So now you see that it's taken those overlapping shapes and just solidified them into one area. So say I wanted to combine everything here, I can then quickly just doodle around like that. And so now I've gotten one full shape from my form, and I can take this, flip it back. Awesome. So if I wanted this to be on an angle or go straight, I could totally just use the anchor point tool or minus anchor point tool to subtract the anchor points. But an easier way is to go to your rectangle tool. And I'm just going to do a rectangle that goes across the whole thing. Drag it down and then rotate it to where I think the bottom should go. So this is going to intersect with the bottom going across this way. So you see, I'm going to cut off this section down here and leave this top part. Draw a selection around it, and then go back to my shape builder. And you see, I've still got that plus here, right? If I hold down Alt or Option, that's going to turn to a minus. And when I click, it subtracts out that area. And when I click, it subtracts out that area. So I'm left with this other sort of fluffy cloud that's here. And now I'm going to flip it back. This looks kind of nice. So I've got this one other sort of something that's a little bit different than what I had before. And where this also comes in is, say I wanted a hole through this one, or I wanted like a bite mark taken out of this. I could then do the same principle, right? Where I use my ellipse tool. I'm going to create a series of circles like this. Let's separate these out. This is a mouth that only has like 8 teeth or like 6 teeth. Select them, use the shape builder, combine them together. Take this, I'm going to overlap it here and maybe shrink it down a little bit. Overlap it here like that. Draw a selection around it, use my shape builder and use the minus tool to subtract this out. So now I've got this little bite taken out of it. And this allows you to then layer things on top of each other. And I could change the color here. Whoop, I just wanted to do, this is where I usually go into hue, saturation, and balance, because then I can quickly adjust the grays. And if I had a hole in this one, I'd be able to see to the back. So I'm just going to use my circle tool, draw a circle directly in the center, go back to my arrow tool, select just these two shapes that are there, shape builder, hold down Alt or Option, and then I can click through and it deletes out that hole in the center. So now I've got these just interesting sort of shapes. I mean, you can really play around and create whatever you want, but to quickly take away shapes or add shapes together, this is one way to do it.